You met Mrs. Barkley?
Well, apparently not. I guess my family didn't get my letter.
You figure how you're going to get home?
Oh, yes, I saw a light in my son's office as we drove past. That means he's working late. So I'll ride home with him.
It's a bit late for a lady walking alone. If you wait a minute, I'll go with you.
Oh, no, Sam, don't bother. I'll be all right. And I'll send for my luggage first thing in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
Buddy Tyrone.
Buddy Tyrone, are you sure?
Oh, how could I be mistaken? I'm his godmother. I've known him since he was a baby.
Just calm
Jared,
down.
what are we going to do?
Calm down. Now, you come on over to the office and have a glass of brandy, then we'll talk to the sheriff.
We'd like to see the judge.
Very late.
Well, I'm very sorry, but this won't keep till morning.
It's all right, Wingley. I'm always available to the sheriff. Victoria, my dear. Jared, what an unexpected pleasure. I'm afraid it's anything but that, George. Oh? Perhaps we'd better go into the parlor. Wingley, some tea for Mrs. Barkley.
No, thank you, nothing.
Sit down, Victoria. Gentlemen?
What time did your son get home tonight, Judge Tyrone?
Get home? I don't believe he was out of the house. Why?
Are you certain he didn't leave?
Well, I haven't actually seen him since dinner, but he said he was going to study in his room tonight. He's in the last year of law school, you know. Going to give Jared here some competition.
Would your servant know for sure?
Wingley?
Your master has not left house.
Sheriff, I don't appreciate being kept at a disadvantage like this. What possible difference does it make whether or not my son was at home tonight? A woman was shot to death in town tonight. My mother was the only eyewitness. You accused my son?
George, I'd give anything in the
world. Well, this is ridiculous, Victoria. You've come unhinged. Surely you can see how difficult this is for her. For her? What about my son?
What choice did I have, George? I saw him commit a murder.
Victoria, I don't understand any of all this. You've been like a second mother to that boy ever since Louise died. You've advised him, encouraged him to become a lawyer. You have his complete confidence. How can you possibly believe that he could kill anyone?
It's true.
It isn't true. You've made a mistake. It was a dark night, a sudden shock. Someone who looked like Buddy, maybe. I can see how that could happen, can't you? I'm sure the sheriff can.
I couldn't help hearing. Who is it I'm supposed to have murdered?
No one, Buddy. It's all a mistake.
She called herself Frisco Rose. Had a second-floor room over on Grand Street. You know her?
Only of her.
Well, I know the woman. She's been up before the bench on many an occasion for dissolute behavior.
Well, no matter what she was, I have to handle her killing the same as if she'd been a pillar of society. Isn't that right?
Certainly. But do you have any actual evidence against my son?
Nothing but Mrs. Barclay's word.
Well, I wonder if you have that.
Are you able to identify him as the man you saw shoot Frisco Rose?
In heaven's name, Victoria, put a stop to this insanity. Tell the sheriff you were wrong.
Well, Mrs. Barclay?
He's the one.
I don't blame you, Aunt Victoria. I know it's nothing malicious, just an honest mistake.
Mother, would you wait in the hall for a moment, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Buddy. I'm so sorry.
Now, I want to make something very clear. There's no question about what my mother saw. Take my advice, buddy. Don't wait for the truth to come out. Tell it now so your father can help you. It's your mother who needs help. From a doctor, a specialist. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry for the tragedy that lies ahead.
Well, I hope you understand my position. If the witness had been anyone but Mrs. Barclay, I'd have my doubts.
Save your apology until you can make it to my son. Oh. I still don't see any point in coming by here.
I had to. I had to make sure in my mind I couldn't have been mistaken.
Now, you listen to me. You say you saw Buddy commit murder. That's exactly what you saw.
But was it murder?
Frisco Rose couldn't be any more dead.
But a boy like that doesn't pull a trigger without reason, without provocation. Jared, I want you to look for that explanation.
All right, Mother. I'll start an investigation in the morning.
Oh, no, Jared, please, tonight.
Right after I take you home.
I can drive home by myself. I'll be fine. Please.
I'll do everything I can.
You better not drop that. Jared Barkley. Well, if Rose didn't pick the apple from top of the tree. I'm Ruthie.
How do you do?
I'm a friend of Rose's. I don't suppose you ever noticed me.
No, but I will the next time.
I suppose you came to see Rose. I hope it won't come as too much of a shock to you, but she's dead. Shot right outside in the alley.
Yes, I know. Ruthie, I don't suppose you'd mind if I took a little look around.
Help yourself. I just dropped in to pick up a few things she'll need. She always took a lot of pride in how she looked, you know. She'd want to knock their eyes out at that wake.
You known her very long?
3 years. These were her favorites. Which do you like best?
Oh, the green one. Tell me something, Ruthie. Where'd you get all this Chinese stuff? Somebody give it to her?
She didn't talk much. Are you sure this pink one isn't better?
Oh, no, the green one, definitely. You know, this little trinket here looks kind of expensive. You sure you never heard her brag about who gave it to her?
Oh, she was very secret about him. I guess you're right. The green has more class.
Listen, tell me something, Ruthie. Same fella gave her all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
He must have been quite a character, huh? What did he look like? Can you describe him?
Oh, he never came around here. Rose used to meet him different places.
Oh, come on, Ruthie. She must have talked about him a little bit. You know, who he was, his name.
Just that he was from uptown, and his father was somebody important. Oh, you'll never guess what she called that one.
What was that?
The Lizard. She used to laugh at him behind his back. Said she had him like a lizard on a string.
So, from what she said, everything points to a backstairs romance on Buddy's part. But it's pretty obvious that she was playing him for a sucker.
And he must have found out.
Maybe. And maybe there's a lot more to it than that.
I can't believe that. He's such a nice boy.
Yeah. Well, come on. I think it's time we all turned in.
I'll get it. Yeah?
I've come to see the lawyer.
Oh. Well, come on in.
You remember me, Ollie Patton? You helped me when I got pulled in for being drunk?
Oh, well, it's pretty late, Ollie. Can't it wait until morning?
I think this shot Frisco Rose. Somebody threw it away in the alley right after she got shot.
Did you see who it was?
All I seen was a shadow running away.
Oh. Well, you should have left it for the sheriff, Ollie. This way it's not much good as evidence.
Why not? Maybe they can prove it was Buddy's.
No, he can claim somebody stole it, and then it becomes his word against Ollie's. And whose word do you think the jury's going to take?
Then Miller's still the only one who can...
Finish it, Heath. The only one who can put a rope around Buddy's neck.
Mother, the silver doesn't need polishing. Silas did it last week.
I'm doing it again.
But why? Mother, you didn't sleep at all last night. Why don't you go upstairs?
Because I feel like polishing silver.
Well, then I'll help.
I don't want any help, Audra. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mrs. Barkley? I hope I didn't alarm you. Ned Sprague, reporter for the Oakland Bulletin.
I don't like unannounced visitors, Mr. Sprague. Please leave the same way you came in.
Polishing the silver. That's what my mother used to do when she had a problem. It is a problem, isn't it? Having it in your power to send a friend's only son to the gallows?
Will you please leave, or must I call my sons?
All I'm trying to do, Mrs. Barkley, is get something for my readers. Don't they have a right to the facts?
Heath!
I've heard Judge Tyrone is one of your oldest and dearest friends. How does he feel now?
Heath,
What did he say when you
Jared!
accused? Now, what did you want to do that for? I'm only trying to do my job.
What is it, Mother?
Heath, get him out of here.
Some of your reporters never learn, do you?
Take your hand off me, cowboy. What was that all about?
Some reporter bothering Mother.
There'll be others, other reporters, solicitors, friends. There's no escaping them.
It's impossible to protect you from that kind of thing.
You'll feel better if you get out in the sunshine. What do you say I hitch up the buggy?
Mother, I know you're exhausted. Why don't you take a nap?
No, what I'd really like to do is to get away from here. Take the train to Sacramento. I know. I could visit Minnie Grant. She's a good enough friend and she won't ask questions.
You have to testify at the inquest day after tomorrow.
But I'll only stay overnight. I'll be back tomorrow morning.
Why not?
You're right. Why not?
That's a wonderful idea, and I'll go with you.
Audra, dear, I'd like to be alone for a while. Please understand.
I'll be back.
You admit you got it from a drunk who says he found it in an alley. You call that evidence?
I found this in your son's closet when we searched your house. It fits Mrs. Barkley's description of what the killer wore.
Mrs. Barkley. So it all boils down to Victoria's preposterous accusation, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Come to see your son. The boy hasn't said a word since he was arrested. Be better for him if he was to, cooperate.
You mean confess, don't you? Well, how could he? He's innocent. Buddy?
Dad, forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive, son. You're an innocent victim in all this. Now, don't let it get you down. Do you understand? I know how these mistakes can happen. It was dark in that alley. The man resembled you. Same age, same size. Victoria thought it was you. Well, she wanted it to be you.
Wanted?
I know. We've known each other all these years. But it happens. She must have harbored some deep resentment for some reason.
Dad, don't. Don't make it any worse. I killed that woman. Don't blame anyone but me.
What did you say?
Dad, I killed her.
Buddy, tell me.
I met her one afternoon down by the river. I didn't know who or what she was. Later, it didn't matter to me. I loved her, and I thought that she loved me.
When you found out she didn't, you felt you had to kill her?
It wasn't like that. It was you she was after. She planned the whole thing to get back at you. She hated you for putting her in the workhouse.
What did she want? Money?
She wanted to ruin your career. She had some letters I'd written. presents and things. She used them like a shotgun to force me to marry her, and if I refused, she threatened to expose our affair. She said the headlines would read, Jezebel and the Judge's Boy. Either way, it would make you a laughingstock. I tried to reason with her, but the more I begged, the more she laughed. I never saw her like that. Ugly, vicious, gloating. God help me, I shot her. Would you stay with me while I tell the sheriff?
No. I don't want you to tell anyone.
Dad?
No! No, not for my sake, for yours. None of this is your fault, son. It was all that woman's. So why should you pay for her vindictiveness? She brought it all on herself.
Aunt Victoria saw what happened.
It's only her unsupported word. And that may not even be enough for the grand jury to indict. Believe me, son, I know what I'm talking about.
I don't understand. You were always such a stickler for the letter of the law.
Yes, but not when it conflicts with justice. Good boy. Now, not a word. Don't lose your courage.
Tea for Mrs. Barkley.
Oh, thank you. You shouldn't have bothered. You blame me, don't you?
It is not for a servant to blame friend of his master.
I understand. I know how loyal you are to the judge.
Indeed, his son is as my son.
Bring me a whiskey.
I was at the depot waiting for the train. I heard Buddy had been arrested.
Well, what else did you expect? I'm sorry, Victoria. I know how difficult this must be for you.
George, I don't know what to do.
You'll do your duty.
But I was hoping you could help me. You've always been able to see your way out of any dilemma with such clarity and assurance.
Clarity and assurance. Victoria, the whole world's turned upside down. I always set such high standards for the boy. His mother and I both agreed on that. He never once failed to toe the mark.
Perhaps you made him toe the mark a little too closely. Isn't it possible he never learned how to cope with situations and people who don't obey your strict rules?
Are you holding up your own sons as paragons of virtue? Nick has brawled in every saloon in the country, and Jared finds clients among the most unsavory elements.
Well, I think they could deal with Frisco Rose without killing her.
But he did not kill her. I think it's only fair to warn you that your account of this affair won't go unchallenged.
Well, I'm sorry. I guess it was I guess I made a mistake in coming here.
You made your mistake the other night. You're going to find out that my son is more important to me than anything on this earth. Anything. Including old friendships. And I'll do anything in my power to keep you from harming him.
George, I didn't mean to harm him. All I wanted to...
Victoria. Victoria.
The tea give the woman sleep. It is only short sleep. But perhaps you desire short sleep become long sleep?
What are you talking about?
Which is of greater value? Life of only son, or the woman who will speak against him in court?
This isn't China, Wing. You don't just get rid of your enemies.
It is possible. Her family believes she's on train to Sacramento. We have time to drop her in river.
No, Wing.
This is your son. Would you have him die? You must kill her.
If she could be out of the way for a while. Just disappear.
Well, it's Judge Tyrone, isn't it? This is indeed a great honor.
I have someone who requires care. She's been given something to calm her down. Gently. Gently.
You mustn't worry about a thing. I assure you the dear lady will have the best of care.
I don't want to put into a ward, you understand? She's to have absolute privacy.
I understand.
Her doctor thought it might be prudent to keep her sleeping as much as possible until she's had time to become adjusted to her new surroundings.
Just you leave everything to us. Now, shall we attend to the dreary formalities? The unfortunate one's name.
Jane Doe.
Indeed.
The lady is an embarrassment to a prominent San Francisco family. They've asked me to attend to all the details with the strictest secrecy. I shall expect your full cooperation.
This is rather irregular.
Mr. Pruitt, your institution is famed for its irregularities. I trust one more won't make any difference.
Very well. Shall we discuss rates?
This is to be kept with absolute secrecy.
Now, don't worry about a thing. Everything will be taken care of, Judge.
Thank
Please, please let me out of here.
Let me out of here, please! Quit that thing!
Well, what do we got here? Quality from the looks of you.
I want to know where I am.
Where your family's heads are put.
My family couldn't possibly know where I am. It was the judge, Judge Tyrone.
It ain't half bad here. You just behave yourself and everything will be all right.
What is this place?
The Ophir Sanitarium.
But that's
A home for them poor unfortunates that ain't welcome in their own home. Them that otherwise would be locked in the attic.
Do you know who I am?
Her papers say Jane Doe.
I'm Victoria Barclay.
Well, now ain't that something? Now, Beanie here, she's the sister of the King of England. Now, don't you be afraid of poor old Beanie. She's just tame as a little old house cat.
Meow.
Can you purr real pretty? Ain't she unconscious?
Oh, no!
No! Shame on you!
Oh.
Well, hello, Nick.
Well, I met that early train Mother was supposed to be on. She wasn't on it.
Well, maybe she decided to take the late one.
Well, maybe. But I don't blame her for missing that inquest altogether.
I wouldn't worry about that. She'll be there.
Still, maybe I should send a wire, find out what time she's coming in for sure.
I think that's a good idea. I'll tell you what. You could do that on the way to buying me lunch.
What, me? Pick up a check for a prosperous lawyer? I wouldn't humiliate.
I would dream of denying you the opportunity.
Out.
Where are we going?
That's for me to know. Come back here. I'm gonna learn you.
Stop that!
I've warned you. Well, I've got to keep some discipline. It's the second time she's tried to run away.
What's she doing up here?
I was taking her to the laundry to show her duties.
We like to keep our people busy here.
How much did the judge pay you? How much was it worth to him to keep me from testifying tomorrow? 5,000? 10,000? Or didn't he tell you I'm Victoria Barclay? The Victoria Barclay who saw his son commit a murder?
My, we do have an imagination.
Can't you see he's tricked you? He kidnapped me and made you his accomplice.
God.
It's the truth! It's the truth! Read it in the papers! I tell you it's the truth! Why have you listened to me?
An embarrassment to a prominent San Francisco family.
Obviously, I lied. What do you propose to do? Confess to the sheriff that you were a party to her imprisonment?
There is an alternative.
No?
$5,000.
This is preposterous. You don't think I'm going to submit to blackmail?
Magnificent, isn't it? The artist seems to capture the inner nature of the beast. The savagery and anguish we humans strive so hard to conceal. It's almost as though this fellow were watching his only son mount the gallows. Well? Splendid. I shall require the money tonight, in cash.
You'll have it.
I'll expect you at 9 sharp. May I ask your future plans for Mrs. Barkley? Is this to be a permanent arrangement?
But
You know, some of our unfortunates can't endure confinement. They wilt like flowers in the noon sun and are buried in our own plot.
Jared! Jared! Nick, what are you hollering about?
I got this wire. She never showed up at Minnie Grant's. You figure it out.
Maybe she stayed at the hotel. She said she wanted to be alone.
No. I checked with the ticket agent in Stockton. He never saw her get on that train yesterday.
She might have taken a stage, changed her mind.
Or had it changed for her. You know, if Mother doesn't show up for that inquest, Jared, they got no case against Buddy. Huh?
Well, I think we better pay the judge a little visit.
Girl, you shouldn't have tried to run away. Oh, you shouldn't be mad at Beanie.
Well, you see, Beanie, I'm new here, and I don't have a friend to tell me what's right or wrong.
Oh, that's too bad.
Would you like to be my friend?
I already have a friend. Her name is Eleanor, and she comes to visit me every night when I'm asleep, and we go to choir practice. We shall gather at the river. We shall gather at the
Beanie.
river at the
Beanie.
wonderful world.
Beanie, you see, that's a nighttime friend. Couldn't you be my daytime friend?
You are a naughty girl. What do daytime friends do?
Oh, they have tea parties. Wouldn't you like to come in here and have a tea party with me?
With crackers and jam?
Yes. Oh, but how could you come in? I don't know how to open the door.
With a key?
I don't have a key.
Only Miss Alice has a key.
Oh, she would never let us have her key, but I think I could get the door open if I had a nail or a piece of wire. Beanie, could you get me a piece of wire?
Why don't you invite Miss Alice? She has a key.
Oh, I don't like Miss Alice. I don't like her at all. Now, Beanie. Beanie, if you want to come in here and have a tea party with me, you're going to have to get me a piece of wire.
Miss Alice might not like it. She'll punish me if I'm a bad girl. Oh, no.
Beanie, no! Oh.
Wingley, we want to talk to the judge.
Sorry, Judge, off for the evening.
Jared! Nick!
Oh, I thought you were still in
Jail? Dad bailed me out this afternoon. How's your mother?
Thought you could tell us that.
What? I wanted to go out and see her this afternoon, but Dad said she's gone up to Sacramento.
Well, now. Wonder how you knew that.
What's wrong?
She's disappeared, buddy. We haven't seen her since yesterday afternoon.
Well, what are you doing here? Why haven't you got the sheriff to organize a search?
We are searching. You seem awfully worried, buddy, for someone who can convict you of a murder. Hold it, buddy. Hold it. Hold it.
How could you even think I'd hurt her? Jared, I swear I'd rather hang a dozen times.
The judge may not agree with that.
He couldn't have.
No?
Wing Lee, has Mrs. Barkley been here since the other night?
Regret the lady has not.
You're absolutely sure of that?
We swear the same on Bible book.
Oh? The Bible doesn't mean anything to you, Wingley?
Do like witness in courtroom.
Chinese witnesses swear an oath on their sacred ancestors.
Are you willing to do that?
Buddy, I think we'll need a few squib and a live chicken.
We've got a white rooster in the coop out back.
I'll get it. You're gonna Kill that chicken wing, Lee, just like they do in court. And if you're lying, the blood of your family will spill, too.
But not tell lie. Wingley never tell lies.
Buddy, hand me that punk.
If you're trying to protect me, you mustn't. If my father has done anything to Mrs. Barkley, you've got to tell us.
我唔知道你老豆做咩，種種唔關我事啊。
Don't you see? If he's done anything to harm her, he's in the wrong. He's betrayed himself and everything he's ever stood for.
Dog. Ungrateful dog!
Sit down. All right, Wingley, now let's have it, the truth. Here it is, the Trinity. Heaven, earth, and man.
If I had my way, you'd go hungry again. But Mr. Pruitt, he says to slop you with the rest.
Thank him for me.
My, ain't we hearty. Well, you get hungry enough, you'll eat what's put in front of you.
I want to go to the tea party. I do. Oh, is it time? Are we going to have the tea party now?
Yes, I was just coming to get you. You go on inside, and I'll go tell the cook.
Oh, we're going to have fun. We are going to have such fun.
This afternoon, you mentioned something about a burial plot. I haven't seen one.
I was referring to the old Ophir mine down the road. Its abandoned shafts are hundreds of feet deep, quite convenient. Have you had a change of heart since we spoke this afternoon?
No. No. What is that commotion outside? It's Victoria. She's getting away.
Get me something with her scent on it. The blanket from her bed. The dogs will track her down.
Where is she? Victoria!
Please, no. You made one mistake, don't make another.
Your testimony could hang, buddy.
But he killed a girl. I saw him do it. I wish I hadn't, but I did. He's a murderer.
He's my son.
And he's my godson, and I love him, but...
I'm sorry, Victoria. I'm truly sorry.
Mother? Mother!
Judge, put that gun away.
Are you all right?
Yes, Judge.
Buddy, talk to your father. Get him to put that gun away. Buddy!
Buddy! Buddy! Buddy! Buddy!
Nick.
Now take it easy. Just take it easy.
Judge! They just shot your son. Did you hear me? Your son's got a bullet in him. Don't you think you've done enough?
Buddy? Buddy! Oh, buddy, no. I didn't mean to harm you. I wanted to help you. I couldn't see you. I was trying to save you.
Dad, you were wrong. We were both wrong.
Oh, no, buddy. Forgive me, son. No, buddy.
You know something, Audra? I don't think we should ever let her out of our sight again. Hello, lovely lady.
Jared, how is the judge?
Well, I just came from the sheriff's office. He won't accept a lawyer, and he doesn't want any mercy.
You know, it's hard to understand what happened to him. He wasn't an evil man.
Oh, no, he wasn't evil. He stood for justice all his life. But when it came to his son, he was more father than judge.
Mother, that's all over with now. You're going to have to try and forget it.
No, I don't think I ever can forget it. But I'm all right.
Are you? You know, whenever you polish silverware.
Ah, but this is an occasion. I feel as though I've been away from my family for such a long, long time that tonight at dinner, I want the prettiest silver in the whole world.